Hi, everyone. I am Carrie Little, your host of Coffee with Carrie on Instagram, typically on Friday, sometimes an evening edition on a Thursday. And I'm also the designated managing broker, co-owner of Curemark Realty Group in Illinois, and now in the Orlando, Florida area. So today I wanted to talk to you about pre-foreclosures because some of you watch me on Instagram. Some of you are in the Agent Journey membership. And the big question, there's one of you specifically, I'm going to help you go through targeting pre-foreclosures. Now, there's some things I still think you need to do. If you are a new real estate agent targeting pre-foreclosures, I'd say go after everything. And then talk to your managing broker or the broker owner or the trainer to get some help being coached through it. And I say coach because a mentor is different from a coach. You got to learn how to have a conversation when you're targeting pre-foreclosures. Now, we're in a different market than 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Because back then, homeowners were probably upside down if they weren't paying their mortgages. So today, the conversation is a little bit different. The homeowner, if they're in pre-foreclosure, might not be upside down. They might not be upside down. So if they owe $100,000, the house might be worth $175,000. The other thing is they could have applied or been in a forbearance during the market shift, and then they're out of the forbearance, and that could have caused them to be upside down, and now they're still not paying their mortgage. So now they're upside down. The other one is they just could be upside down in their mortgage, and they could have been in pre-foreclosure pre-pandemic. So there's all of these different facets of what a pre-foreclosure might look like. And the biggest question is, Carrie, I'm not converting. Or Carrie, I reach out to a homeowner and they're like, I'm not in pre-foreclosure. Sometimes people just don't open their mail, or they're just they're in denial, but they decided they don't want to deal with it. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to tell you a softer way of targeting pre-foreclosures. And I do have a download. So if you're in the agent journey below, if you're on the membership, it's in the checklist for the end of July 2022. And if you're watching me on YouTube, there'll be a link. There is a link below where you can download my tip sheet. So here we go. I'm going to look at my tip sheet so I can talk you through it. But then I promise you it'll be available for you. And you're probably like, Carrie, just show it to me. Okay, I'm just going to show it to you. Here we go. This is what it looks like. Now would be a good time to pause me and take a screenshot. But you can also download it because maybe you want me to email you and give you some other updates. So there you go. Pause. Okay, so let's just go over the tip sheet. I'm sure you'd just rather see me. You're probably, nope, Carrie, put that back up. Anyway. So when you're targeting pre-foreclosures, some things you need to think about are, number one, you need to figure out where you're going to find them. Now, you can pay for them if you want, but if you're a real estate agent and you're investing in all of these tools from your multiple listing service or from your local association, you probably have access to tools like Realist, Remind, and RPR, Realtors Property Resource, which comes to you through the National Association of Realtors. So pick the tool you're going to use. Number two, select the area you want to target. Where are you going to target pre-foreclosures? And then number three, narrow your list down to at least maybe 100. Now, if you have the pocketbook to mail to 500, 1,000, go for it. It's whatever you want to target. And then, and of course, mail based on your budget. So you have my permission to mail to 5. Like, what's in your budget? I just need you to start. Now, here's some things you need to think about. If you are the person like, well, Carrie, I just want a cold call. Hey, Tom, you're in pre-foreclosure. Why don't you want to list with me? I'm done. I'm hanging up on you. And first of all, you have to remember there are attorneys contacting them. There are the people that aren't real estate agents contacting them to try to figure out how to get the property without it actually being put on the being marketed by a real estate agent. So they're getting all of this mail and they need to trust you. You want to be a trustworthy agent, because when I tell you, everybody in the world is probably targeting them. So you need to narrow down your list and you need to understand how this works, because there are some things they can do. They can sell the property, they can give the house back to the bank, or they could like walk away. Like, there are options. This is why even at the bottom of this list, I tell you to consider taking the certification short sale foreclosure rep so you understand the process, because there are some other things that need to happen. It's worth it. I think it's 6 hours. And maybe I'll teach it. You know, I do teach it, so maybe you can come see me in class. So now that you've narrowed down your list, I'm giving you examples. Eventually, you'll kind of figure out how this works. And you really want to make sure that if someone calls you, let them talk. You know, how can I help you? You know, you sent me this mailer and I probably need to sell my home. You know what? Give me all the information. I'm going to do a quick market analysis for you to kind of figure out where you are. Do some research. Be nice, and you might find out that they're so far advanced in the pre-foreclosure process that you might need to just give them some tips. Like, I'm going to need you to start packing because we're at a point where we might not be able to sell this house. So that's why you got to have a really good team, an attorney that works with pre-foreclosures, someone that really understands the process. So first mailer, start mailing to your list with a basic postcard. You don't need to add that the owner's in pre-foreclosure, because remember I said they might not be upside down in their mortgage. They might have some equity. When I was looking at my market, there may have been 2 to maybe 5 properties where the homeowner was upside down because property values are up. So they might still be able to make some money. So just mail a postcard. You don't need to ask say, hey, you're in pre-foreclosure, don't just walk away. That was me in 2009, 10, and 11, because I needed them to call me. I don't need to create I know what's going on. I need to get the seller's attention, and I need to be consistent. Some of you want this fast. Patient. The second mailer is statistics. So you can mail statistics to the homeowner. And then you might even say, hey, did you know values in your area are up 20% from last year and 30% from the previous year? If you're thinking of selling, now might be a good time. Now, I made up the numbers, but I think you kind of get it. I'm telling a story over time. That third mailer sent tips on preparing their home for sale. Like 5 things you must do when you put your home on the market. Number 4, if you're in the agent journey or the keys to listing leads, I just created all of the marketing for August, and that's in for social media, for your postcards, your newsletter, all of it. Like, everyone needs to get their house ready when they're ready to sell, even if you're in pre-foreclosure, even if you're stuck. So number 4 is, did you know that even when a home is in pre-foreclosure, you could be selling, above ask. And I said that you could say that in the second mailer, or I could just send statistics. So first mailer, postcard. Second mailer, I can send stats. Third mailer, give you tips. Fourth mailer, I give you the rationale on you might not be upside down. Fifth mailer, show the value of homes compared to 2011, 12, and 13. Like, instead of going back 3 years, go back like 7. Like, show what's happening in the marketplace. And then keep mailing to this list. Check the list every month. Make sure the home hasn't been foreclosed on, because you do want to stop mailing. And be consistent. And then my last tip was consider taking the short sale certification through National Association of Realtors. So if you're like, I don't know what to do, you got to start. And if someone calls you, don't panic. Take all their information down, schedule an appointment, and then get their email, get their phone number, and say, you know what? Later today or tomorrow, I'm going to send you an email, and it's going to give you a quick idea of what's happening in the market. Like, real estate agents need to understand our goal is to provide value. And there are times when you might send information and it could be, I'm going to have an attorney. Is it okay to have an attorney reach out to you? Like, write down what that looks like. That's why I want you to take that class. So those are my quick tips on targeting pre-foreclosures. Remember, someone is going through a hard time, so you don't have to be so harsh when you talk to a homeowner that's going through pre-foreclosure. The goal is to be someone that they can rely on and have a conversation with, because they might have additional options. So make sure that when you make that call, there's some other things you might want to do. So keep watching. I'll give you some of my other tips on pre-foreclosures. That is a really good way to start. Click the link below so you can download my tips. Have a great day. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're in the agent journey,